one telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season.
Yes, it is the happiest season of all. Oh, let's play that a little bit more. How great is that? Why not?
When friends come to call,
It's
the happiest season of all.
all right. The great Johnny Mathis, everyone. How are we all doing? Out in the snow. Good to see you guys out there. Your old pal Billy Tucci coming to you live from my studio. And I hope everyone's doing well. Oh, let's put on, let's light up Bodie here. Boom. All right, and some of our books that we put out this year are behind us as well. There's our 2019 stash. Aside from, of course, A Child is Born, which came out 2011 or 2012. But aside from that, there's some of our books that we put out this year. So I hope everyone's doing well on this beautifully dreary day here on Long Island. The weather is not that great. But tomorrow we have, of course, the New York Comic Con. Sorry, not the New York Comic Con. The Big Apple Comic Con, the Christmas show, and Deb, the boys, and I will be there. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. Last comic book convention, last appearance of the year, so I'm so excited about that. And, well, this is a sketch cover for my pal Dennis Gitlin. I got to finish that, and then when I come back, I was working on a lot of work today, a lot of writing, a lot of stuff like that, but then I have we'll try to get to Wonder Woman. I have to do her, too. Maybe we'll get to her tonight. We have a big writers meeting tonight with for Return of the Warrior. We have some last minute script things that we've made some additions to it. Actually made it better. Really cool. So it's going to be Stephen Peros and I, and of course our editor, the illustrious JCV, going over some story content, some beats, and to finalize that script. And it's busy day. I want to thank each and every one of you out there because we were able. Let me close this out. We don't need to see Johnny Mathis anymore, though we do love him so, don't we? I love Johnny Mathis. I think I'd like to see him. If Deb's watching, I'd like to see him live. But see if anybody's in the chat. Let's go. Check my levels and all that jazz. Where is my chat? Open in browser. I did open it, so let's see if I can close that. Where's my chat? Jiminy Crickets, where's my chat? Of all the parties for roasting, marshmallows for toasting. Let's see, open in browser, say hello. So we should be coming through now. Let's say hello. Hello. Now, I'm streaming, so hopefully you guys will be there. So let's get this little dishi. I'm going to ink it with my Speedball ink. Thank you to my partner, Johnny Brolia, Lord Anubis. What's up, bro? How are you? Good to see you, my friend. If you guys are in because I'm not opening up Facebook or YouTube, if you guys are in the chat, please say hello. I'm going to, let me fix this. I'm going to expand my OBS so I can, let's move this. When friends come to call. Alright, my audio mix is gone. I have to do my audio mixer now. Oh well. There we go. Let me move that up because I'll be drawing over here. And I'll be here. This works good. Got work to do. So, lots of work to do. 2 commissions today. And then, of course, we're going to the Big Apple Comic Con tomorrow. And we're going to have a nice, fun family day in the city. And we're going to have dinner with our friends. Missy and Dave, I think. So, and we'll see the tree. The Rockefeller Center tree that we're our awful parents. That our kids have never seen the Rockefeller tree or they don't remember seeing it. We had to have taken them to see it, but maybe not. Who knows? So, but I'm looking forward to the show. Neil Adams will be there. Buzz will be there. Gary Cohn will be there. I think Paris Cullins is going. As always, he gets a great crowd, a great local crowd. How are you doing, Douglas? I am doing wonderful. Waylon Anderson, my bro. I want to thank Mr. Anderson out there. Waylon was instrumental in pushing us over the $135,000 limit with his generous pledge today. That means that everyone who pledged for She Return of the Warrior, you guys are now helped expand that book from 48 pages to 56, and you'll all get that, and you can all thank Mr. Waylon for that. Thanks, Waylon. Great to see you, buddy. You are awesome, and I'm glad you got that cover because I know you wanted it, and kind of got a little shied away from it when San Diego was a little crazy. So many people approached us about the boudoir cover. Waylon is now the proud owner of the boudoir cover, and San Diego, we got a lot of people asked us for it, and we were like, whoa. So we kind of just let's kind of keep that on the back burner. Let's not promote that book. And Waylon had expressed interest from the very beginning, and that he wanted it, and now it's his, and we'll be giving it to my pal Brett Carreras. Is also getting his cover tomorrow, and he's in Richmond, Virginia, and the plan is for Waylon to pick it up along with Peter Zambucci for his covers as well, because Peter picked up some original art. It's just I feel so much more comfortable having someone deliver original art as opposed to to shipping it. I always get really nervous when I have to ship out original art, and the same thing with commissions. And so the good thing is I think with conventions, I'm drastically cutting my conventions down. Well, I think anyone should for health reasons. I mean, I think 20 this year. I did 23 Comic-Cons and store appearances. Well, some store appearances were double, but that was how many weekends I was gone. And not anymore. Never again. So this year we cut it down. We have our schedule. I think I'm doing 13. And the goal, too, is if I'm going to do commissions, we'll probably just do some pre-commissions and bring them to the show, because I got about another 8 I have to finish, not including the commissions that the people picked up and all the sketch covers and all the remarks I have to do for the Return of the Warrior campaign. So I think your old pal Billy's commission days are coming to an end, just because it's just too much work with the shows. It really is. But of course, people will be grandfathered in. Those of you who've gotten them before from us, you guys will get precedence. So Debbie is texting me. Let me see if I'm in trouble for something, if I said something wrong. Oh no, it's my brother-in-law, and we have probably our Christmas. What is that? All right. Aw, my niece. Oh, she lost her tooth. My niece lost her first tooth. That's great. Oh, that's great. So that's that. But thank you, Waylon, again. And everyone give Waylon a nice bit of thanks that he's the one that pushed us. We were striving towards it. And now we've surpassed it. So right now with Indiegogo, forgive me for this angle being off, guys. And it totally is off. But hang on, let me see if I can strip this camera out. There we go. But I just had to do it because I can't lay the artwork down and draw, so it's going to be a little bit distorted, but we'll all live. I'll make take a nice picture of it afterwards and scan it in and all. So that's that. But so Debbie and I had our little meeting today, like. What will for Indiegogo? Because right now we've surpassed the $65,000 stretch goal on Indiegogo, and the book is still in demand on Indiegogo. So everybody who wants, if you guys missed the initial campaign, you'll get you have a second chance to get the Indiegogo with pretty much everything except for the Kickstarter exclusive, which was the Coquette edition. But everything else, and there's some Indiegogo exclusives, and we might be adding one more exclusive. and that is it's really is a thank you, and we've been getting a lot of demands for this. So that might be our $70,000 stretch goal, or maybe our if gee whiz, 80,000 if you could imagine. But you know what? We got time on that. It's the holidays. Let's all enjoy what we have, and we'll put it out. We'll let everyone know when we do. So okay, it's not. Whenever I hear Debbie's text, I freak out because I'm like, what am I saying wrong this time? So okay, Douglas Gillame, is that how I say it? Forgive me. It sounds French, so Guillaume. Yeah, probably. I will still do commissions, but not like what I'm doing because, like I said, I probably owe, not including all the sketch covers, and we'll be offering commissions always with the always with our campaigns. And next year in 2020, we'll be doing 3 more campaigns. So those campaigns will be available. Plus, Dynamite will be doing a Miss Fury campaign. So we have to have our meeting for that to see if I'll do any. Maybe I'll do some commissions for that. But it's just with the comic conventions. I'd rather see if I can just concentrate on selling the books and have prints. And maybe I'll do quick ones. But it just gets too much. And again, like I said, I owe probably 10 commissions right now to people. And it's just like, oh, and you know, I want to take my time. I can knock them out, but I don't want to. I don't want to, I don't want to do that. And a lot of them are the big ones, like $300 and up commissions. So if you see me at a show, before I say that's it and I kind of start holding off, that would be great. And of course, and again, I will do free. I always do sketches for children, for free. I'll always do that. But at the shows, when I've got, it's just tough because you're working all day, and then, you got to get up early in the morning, and I'm sitting there at my art table watching the news or watching, ESPN or something like that, and just trying to sketch, and it just like, it gets crazy. I think I feel more comfortable here, so I'm going to move me over there. I think that might work out better. There we go. So, but I'll let you guys all know. No, thank you, Waylon. You're awesome, buddy. You are awesome. And it's been such an incredible year. Everybody's been wonderful. We started gathering up our rewards. Well, we're going to start ordering all of our, the Amazing Spider-Man number 300 Black Line edition that everyone gets. That's everyone who pledged physically will get a free copy of that comic, our Black Line edition. And they'll also, I talked to printers, and I talked to Peter Cimetti at Alterna, and he seems to have some good prices with his new printer. So we're going to get those files to our printer in the next week, I guess, because I want to get that stuff all done before. And we already started putting together our mystery boxes, our mystery pack. So if anybody orders a mystery pack, and there's some really cool things. Some of you guys are going to be getting some really expensive books. Some original She the Way the Warrior number 1s. I found a lot of cool stuff like, well, I can't give it. I don't want to give it away. But there's a lot of fun stuff in there. A lot of stuff that no one's seen and I hadn't seen. And I have in a decade or more. And I have a closet up here, and it's like my supply closet. I'm going through. I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be great. Let's do that. So. Whoever gets a mystery pack, everyone's gonna get some really, really cool stuff in that, including your own special issue of of one of the new issues of She the Way the Warrior, a classic issue, and that classic issue could be the Six Finger graphic novel. It could be original She the Way the Warrior number 1. It could be a metal edition. So we're having fun with that. And one of my friends like, dude, you're giving away so much stuff, and I'm like, you know what? After 25 years doing this for 25 years and not having She out for 15 years, I'm getting more out of it, than you guys ever will. So don't give away the secrets. You'll get a text. Oh, it's called oh, I'm sorry, honey. It's called a mystery. Well, you gotta let them know what's in there. Some of them will get cool things. Sketch cards, sketches, old trading, why not? Fun stuff. So, huzzah. Let me give her a smile because I'm in a good mood. And if anybody remembers, and Scott Campbell called it correctly, the first sketch cover, and looking at the dates and all, was definitely the Gen 13, number 13. They did the first one. We did the second one, and I think we probably solicited the same time they did. I think that was 97, and we solicited ours in 97. It was for our 98 tour book, but we had them in 97 for the New York show, which was in October that year, I think. And this is one of them. This is Dennis's. And what's interesting about this is that, see this right here? This is the unedited edition. What happened is that we had sent the wrong files to our printer. And this is the one it was the uncorrected file. It was just saved. I don't know. Scala. Uh-oh. Scala!
Juicy, am I live?
You're live. Is everything okay?
Everything is A-okay, my friend.
Is everything A-okay with my audio?
Yes, everything is A-okay on the stream. Everything is beautiful.
The only thing missing is my partner, Niall Scala from Crowdfunding Comics.
I'm here. I'm here and I'm on the road, Billy.
Oh, you're on the road. How is the roads today?
Yes. So what are you into, pal?
I'm making Dennis Gitlin's the 1998 tour book, and he wants a copy of the She the Way of the Warrior original #1 cover. So I'm doing that. I'm making it, and so funny thing is that this book right here, if you see this book with this down here, this is supposed to be up here, and the majority of them went out up here. Our printer printed the first books like this. We said we're sorry. We made a huge mistake. We sent him the wrong files. We told him our printer to we paid for new ones, and he goes, well, what about all these books I had? I said, well, just destroy them. And apparently he didn't destroy them because I'm getting more and more of these to sign. I don't know if somebody leaked them out, but
That's one of a kind.
yeah. No, it's not. It's not a one of a kind because I've gotten. I think there were 10,000 of these originally. But this one, there was, but, you know, and there were 10,000, but hopefully, I'm sure he probably grabbed a box, someone who worked at the printing, and maybe, you know, because they all know what comics are, and they know what books they're doing, and they probably grabbed these and sold them to a local dealer or something, and now people are bringing them to me, because they didn't get them from me. Interesting, right, Scala? Interesting.
That is very interesting because I have one.
You have one with the Crusade logo on the lower right hand corner as opposed to the upper left?
Yeah, I do have one.
Oh, maybe it was you, Scala.
You know, I make so much money off those.
There you go. See?
I was walking down the alley, some guy was like, hey. I was like, what's up, bro?
See, that's because you're a Sicilian. See,
Yeah.
you can't trust Sicilians. So, Scala, did you see that we are now over $65,000 on Indiegogo, and that brought our tally? Yeah, so we unlocked another stretch goal. So everyone is getting the comic. Everyone's getting a 56-page comic, which will feature our full color gallery. Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
And
Man, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
What you guys have lined up.
yes, it is, and I'm really excited about my plan. Debbie and I have some difference about the stretch goals, but we'll have our meeting about that. We figure we let everyone enjoy the holidays, and next week we'll make the announcement what it's going to be. But we're going to keep the in-demand campaign open for a few weeks, maybe longer. Who knows? And we'll see where it goes from there, right, Scala? We'll see where it goes.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And keep those fun stretch goals going.
Yes. So I'm just trying to figure out what the increments should be between the stretch goals. So because these things aren't cheap, we got to find cheaper stuff to. But I don't want it. I like those trading cards. Yeah, I like those trading cards. I know. But they're not cheap, these trading cards. But I'm like, you know what? Who cares? She's back, baby.
Here's a new thing: is finger traps.
Finger traps?
She returned the word exclusive finger traps.
Like finger bang, like in Clerks?
No, like finger traps. Some of those Chinese finger traps.
No, I don't. Tell me about them. I like.
One finger in one finger and the other when you try to pull apart doesn't work. You have to push your fingers together and crimp the middle with your middle fingers in order to get your index fingers out.
Really?
Come on, it's the #1 prize. You got the tickets from the arcade.
Come on. You jest.
You not frequent the arcade?
Not really, no.
Let me guess. Oh, on the hockey is,
Yeah, I was. I was a rink rat. that's what I was.
Fantastic, my friend.
So you're not coming to the Big Apple Con, right?
I am not going to be attending the Big Apple.
And why is that? Do you have plans?
I have an opportunity to hang out with my wife, and I'm going to take it. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
We're not gonna go out by ourselves.
And that's the smart thing to do. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, she's going for that degree. She's got a 2-week break. And, I've got a babysitter for the twins.
Nice. Is she going to be
We're going to enjoy herself.
Yep. Is she going to be a doctor?
No, she is going to be a high-level educational administrator.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Of the arts. She will become the director of arts for the city we live in.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. Yes.
That is great. God bless her. And how many more kids are you going to have?
What are you talking about? I thought I would get one. Like a Black Friday special, dude. We're good.
Let's see. We're getting a lot of people in. Danny Campbell, good to see you, Dan. Oh, of course, Danny. Like I said, mention me, Danny, in the when you call them, and maybe you can get a little bit of a discount. They're my boys. So my son Matthew said, man, my son Matthew's got boys. He's like, oh yeah, he's my boy.
Boy, bro.
So,
Boy, Blue?
yeah, some kid's being picked on. He's like, I'll talk to him, and like was trying to start a fight with him. And he goes, man, he's like, what's wrong? He's like, that's my boy. I'll talk to him. I'm like, wow, nice.
Nice. So what's the plan for the Big Apple Con?
Big Apple Con. Well, we've got lots going on. I've got to deliver Gitlin's sketch here. And then what else? I got to deliver his Gitlin's sketch. I think I have another commission. I don't know. Delivering artwork already. The rewards artwork from this. From She Return of the Warrior. That'll be people. Those will be given to some of the backers because they'll be at the show. So I'm like, I'll bring your cover to the show. And they said, huzzah! Because I'm terrified, as I said earlier before you joined in, Scala. Terrified of shipping original art. Terrified of it.
Yeah, don't ship it. Hand deliver it.
Yes. So I got some drawings to do before that. And then we're going to spend the evening in the city. Isn't that nice? Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Is Deb going to be going with you?
yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and the boys as well. So it'll be Deb, the boys, and I. We're going to go to a nice dinner at the restaurant at Macy's. It's supposed to be a fantastic restaurant in Macy's. It's a hidden gem. And then we're going to go see the Rockefeller Center tree. I'm gonna bring my ice skates and start. I'm gonna bring my ice skates and start checking some millennials. Just be like like try my hardest skating and stuff.
Yup.
And be that guy and get thrown out of rock. It's one of the few places I haven't gotten thrown out of.
I want the ice with like a beer and a paper bag.
Oh my god! And a hockey helmet on.
Singing like follow. Yeah, like a hockey helmet.
Yeah, because people wear hot. Yeah,
Like
because
the goalie man.
I can wear a goalie mask and I'll wear like my Islander jersey because a lot of people when they go there, like if they come from Detroit, they'll wear their hockey jerseys. They'll show where they're from, and I'll just be all belligerent as the ugly Long Islander, starting crap with people.
Put a straw in your beer bottle too.
Oh
You
yeah.
get through the mask.
So I walk around with the bag with a straw sticking out of it, like something in a bag with a straw sticking out of it.
That's it.
Oh, too much fun.
And then when they arrest you, they realize it's just smart water.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, bro, it's smart water. The funny part would be try to see if the cops try to chase me and they start falling on the ice.
You spilled my smart water in this dumb situation. Now let me go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. I'm social justice warrior, man.
Brother.
All right, you be safe going home. All right, you have fun this weekend.
You
What?
enjoy enjoy your inking, brother.
Thank you, my friend. Talk to you later, my friend.
I'll talk to you.
Bye-bye. Mrs. Niall Scala, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Niall Scala. Don't give away the secret. Yes, so, all right. So I'm glad this is working out. Thank you, JP, for hooking me up with the JPC. My first ever PC that I've ever owned. It's working out pretty good, actually. Skype, though, I had to re-log into Skype, which was kind of weird yesterday before our show. Okay, let's bring her up. So there you go. That's how it's coming along. Again, the angle's off. She's really like that. Just the way the camera is, it just distorts it. But she's really like that, I guess. But Speedball ink, any inkers out there, Speedball is a real nice black ink. If anyone has any other suggestions of ink that they think I should use, or that they use and they like it, please put in the comments. Let me know. I'm always looking to learn. And I'm sure all of you heard that, the great Danny Aiello passed away, yesterday or today? And, I really loved his work. It's so funny because we were talking about Moonstruck last week because we went to go see Cher. And of course, she was in Moonstruck with him. And I remember one time I was in the city. Where was I? I was uptown. We were having lunch. Like, kind of near not Rockefeller Center, near Lincoln Square. Lincoln Center. Sorry, Lincoln Center. And we were having lunch there. I forget who it was. I don't know if Jimmy was with me, maybe. And but I think it might have been Jimmy or somebody. But we were hanging out, and Danny Aiello walked by. I don't think it was Jimmy. Who the hell was it? I don't remember now. But Danny Aiello walked by, and everyone was like, "Hey!" And he's like, "Hey!" And it was just like an afternoon lunch, and no one bothered him and stuff. But we were like, "Hey, Danny Aiello!" And he waved to everybody. That was my brush with Danny Aiello. Get out of my pizzeria. Well, it's just coming out nice. I like it. Christmas is long, long ago. Again, the angle's a little off. It's really more like that. So it looks nicer like that. Okay, this I'm going to have to use a pen for the swords. But for this part, well, let's see if I can get my French curve. Yeah, see? Yeah. Deb, I think I need a new number 2 brush for Christmas for a stocking stuffer. So maybe your kids can get it because it's starting to wane and little bits of hairs are popping out of it. Wakizashi, which is shorter. What is that? That's a pen, right? That's a pen. This should be there. Leon was a great movie, Danny Campbell. I'm sorry, Slick Rick. Leon definitely was a great movie. Liquor Jim. Yeah, Hudson Hawk. He definitely was a star of Hudson Hawk, too, wasn't he? He stole that He stole a lot of his stuff. A lot of his things. You got to have Frank Thierry do. I'm not a loser. So, I think that's too damn short. I'm going to have to white out that bad boy. Really love using a brush. It's so funny because I draw with a mechanical pen. So it's almost like, and I've always had a more pen-like, I think, line that should be used with a pen. But I just love the organicness of a brush, and it always comes out different than my pencils were. And that's always kind of fun. I gotta get a damn haircut before Christmas time. The things I think about, and this is exactly what I think about when I'm drawing. I need a haircut. I'm sure the barbershop's gonna be mobbed next week. I'll have to do it before the kids get off of school. Well, yeah, so that'll be Friday. Maybe Wednesday I'll head down and get some lunch and go head down to the barbershop in Sayville, Boris's. Danny Aiello was in The Godfather Part 2, I believe. I don't really remember Godfather Part 3. I saw it once, and I was, like, mortified by it. But Renee asked if he was... I think he was in Godfather Part 2. I don't think he was in Godfather 1. I think he was in, a Godfather. He was in Godfather Part 2. So I told my son Matthew, because Matthew and Frank do the "I'm not a loser" Aiello thing, and I told him that Danny Aiello died. I said, I got some bad news, and he's like, "What?" And I said, Danny Aiello passed away, and he's like, "Wait, no, are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "No, and he got really upset, really upset, and I'm like, well, he's 86 years old. He's like, "Wait, no. There's a boy in his school whose name is Danny Aiello." And I said, "No, the guy who said I'm not a loser." And he's like, "Oh, I thought there's a kid in my school named Danny Aiello." And then I saw the wheels turning in his head that now I'm sure he's going to go, be a pain in the ass. But I'm like, don't do that. I looked it up. Okay, Tony Rosato. Yes, he was in Part 2. Yep. Just finished reading Earthworm Jim. It's so good, and what a beautiful book. King Crow. I got mine today in the mail. So Debbie's like thinking it was hamburgers or something, because I'm like, oh, was it, we have a friend who sends us cookies. So I'm like, oh, is it her cookies? And she's like, no, it's too heavy to be cookies. So I'm like, and it had a cow on the cover, on the box. She's like, did someone send us steaks or food or something? I'm like, I don't know. So I started to open, like, oh my God, it's Earthworm Jim. So I'm gonna do an unboxing of it. I just gotta get caught up, and I'll get to it. But yeah, the package looks stunning, really stunning. And those who know, Doug put out Earthworm Jim, and I think it's the second biggest crowdfunding comic of all time. I think Ethan has the first with Cyberfrog, and I think that Earthworm Jim is the second, and then I don't know if it's Richards or if it's the Brazilian the Brazilian artist did one, and he got like 600,000 or 500, almost 600,000 for his book, and they were all Kickstarters, I think. So. And speaking of Kickstarter, ours kicking butt too. So if anyone is there, and we're just blown away that this campaign is in demand and you guys are still buying it. Thank you so much for that. We keep getting new backers and the rewards just keep coming in. And I just love the idea of this momentum. And I know how tough it is in Christmas, and that's why we want to hold off until end of January before we announce. Because people are asking us for more stuff. You know, it's really weird. Like, well, this is the only time this book will be out. You know, what about this piece of art for a cover? What about this piece of art? And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. So we'll see. And the cool thing is, if you don't want them, you don't have to get them. But we've got big plans for the campaign. Big plans. Huge. Is that Debbie coming up? No, it's not. So I talked to our my co-artist on Return of the Warrior via Facebook yesterday, Ricardo Silva, the amazing Ricardo Silva, and he was saying about Ed Benes has a Indiegogo out live. So I think he's setting up that I think Ed Benes is going to come onto our show next week onto Crowdfunding Comics. And I love his art. I love Ed Benes' art. So I'm real excited about that, and you guys should check it out. And if we could help Ed, I mean, he really is one of the best, one of the big shots in comics, one of the best in comics, and a good guy, a really great guy. I never met him in person, but just from seeing, having interactions with him over online and stuff like that, he's just, he's a great teacher. He's such an inspiration to so many artists. So I hope we can get Ed Benes on. We'll let everyone know if we do. Niall Scala and I and Frank Amazing, we'll let everybody know. And Brian Blevins, we'll let you guys all know. So this is coming out nice. Man, I'm hungry. Time is at 5:38. It's amazing that, as I was saying, once, I really got into doing She, and I started working on She, a few months ago, Return to Warrior, Oh, look at the chill. Oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? Fuzz all over it. Oh, more fuzz. Phone. I'm not answering that phone. Okay. Another thing I do is I draw standing up a lot. Here we go. Yeah, so again, the angle's off, but it's more like that. So you get an idea what it's like. Maybe more like that. So she's in proportion and all. Because I know it looks weird from that angle. Rogue Pen. I have already received 2 books from Doug. King Crow has received 2. Yeah, that Frog book is a big disappointment already. Oh my God, you didn't read it, dude? It was beautiful, that book. Beautiful. And you got to think, when you have a campaign like that, and when these guys have such high volume, I mean, we're over the moon with right now we're at over 2,300 backers for She, and that's crazy. But when you get into like EBS and Doug and Brian Polito numbers of backers and Richard Meyer, I mean, oh my gosh, you got to think that it's a lot. It's so hard. It's tough to fulfill. Fulfillment is the biggest thing, and that's what we like to do on Crowdfunding Comics is to get our is to let people know about in fulfillment, how important fulfillment is, because you've got to deliver these books. People understand it. You can give it a few months, but the bigger the book is, and when you're someone small, and most of these people just start off as artists, cartoonists, writers, artists. And all of a sudden they're thrust into this publishing spotlight. It's a lot of work. And but they're all delivering, which is great. I mean, I have a few campaigns. I'm not mentioning names. I think I have 2 of them that are like 5 years old, and I haven't received, my books yet from it. And it's like, and that's real frustrating. But I get it, now that we're doing it. But I also think that even though this is my foray back into publishing, but we've done this all before. We've published before. And it's like riding a bike. And plus I married a smart, beautiful woman who knows what the hell she's doing. So I let her take, she's in charge of it all. But this is coming out real nice. So we're going to add some cool blacks here. We're going to add the she symbol. To tell you how busy you get is that we have our Christmas tree up. We picked it up over the weekend. I set it in yesterday. Deb and I set it up yesterday, but it doesn't have any ornaments on it, any lights yet. Just because we got to get those we have to get them out of the closet, set it up. And this is what Kickstarter or an Indiegogo, what crowdfunding does to your house. And we're doing it out of our house, and we've already started a few months back to build our little, mini offices, and so we can have everything there because, the crowdfunding campaign literally took over our home. And when John Broly came over, he's like, oh my God. I mean, we have stuff in our living room that we have a piano and on the piano is still 2 Easter bunnies from Easter and the kids' Easter bag that Debbie had for our nephews and nieces because everybody came over here for Easter. That's how it literally consumes and takes over your whole home. So that's our plan, is when we get back from the city, that's when we'll put everything away and set all Christmas up and become elves. And again, doing 22 conventions really didn't help. And that's why I'm so excited about being, I'm doing about half. Yeah, I'm doing, I think, 14 next year. And that's still insane amount. It's insane. And I do like them, though. I got to tell you, I get really inspired hitting the shows. It's just now that that I'm self-publishing again, and we got more campaigns lined up. I mean, I've got the whole year and even into 2021, majority of 2021, already laid out. So I've got to deliver these books. And I'd much rather stay home. As much as I like it, I love hanging out with everybody, and we really do have a great time at these conventions. But I'd rather, stay home and spend time with my family, and maybe come live and do pages live, talk to you guys, do our YouTube show, do my little YouTube show for you guys who are on YouTube here. Thank you very much for coming on. And just talk comics and do it that way. Push the campaigns, show work, do commissions, do, stuff like that, and get, and just kind of get all that, get everything done that needs to be done, and priorities. Because I got to tell you, I've missed far too many baseball games. I used to coach when William was playing baseball. I never was a coach for any of Matthew's baseball teams. I've missed too many wrestling matches. I've missed concerts. And, at the end of the day, now my son is going to college next year. And it gets really, really tough, when you start thinking about that. And, especially for me, I never had a father, is that was my whole plan, is that I'm going to be that dad. I want to be at everything. And that's why when we're home, like with Matthew's wrestling and all, that we go, and we've got a great town for wrestling and for the middle school. And, we go to the middle school wrestling matches, and we have more, when we're away, there are more of our town's parents there than of the home team. So, and we all get it. And a lot of dads, and it's tough. You got to support your family, you got to work. But, if I can do this and stay home and draw, and write, and even interact with you guys here and reach a whole big mass of people, you know, that my quality of life will be so much better. I mean, now that it's the holidays, again, because of so many shows I had, because of these commissions I owe, you know, tonight I can't relax. But man, am I looking forward to relaxing on a Friday night. And hoping next Friday night to do that. Next Saturday night we have a Christmas party. But next Friday night, it'd be nice just to chill. Maybe light the fire, got a fireplace. Watch a movie, you know, watch Downton Abbey or something like that, and watch what you call it next? What's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and you know, just enjoy good quality of life. Mr. Tucci, I think his point was that he didn't receive. Oh, he didn't receive his book yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Liquor Jim. You were talking about that he never got his book. Oh, okay. Again, I apologize for that. I think I get it because I think he had. With that book, and it looks like they all ship now, he had like, what, 12,000 backers or something? And you got to think, when you have to sign all those books and pack it, that's a lot. That's a lot of books to do. So if you can, give them a little bit of slack. You know, we're all really creators who are putting together, you know, who are doing these things, and it's all new. And again, you get to that level when you're putting that many books out. You know, not everyone could be like Brian. And Brian he is amazing. But they're all coming out. Everyone's delivering. There you go. So I apologize for that. Let's see what... Oh boy, am I really... Reed can't wait. Yep. Going to be more careful with who I... And King Crow, absolutely be more careful who you fund in the future. I'm the same way. And I have two campaigns. I have my little personal crowdfunding. You know, we have two of them. We have one on Kickstarter. Whoops. One on Kickstarter, one on Indiegogo. I think they're both under Debbie's name for my main... But my private one, the one that I had originally with my old email, which I still use that email. I've backed a lot of projects, and that's one where I'm waiting. With this new one, for the past like 2 years, I haven't really had to wait for the books. I pretty much got all my books, which is cool. But a lot of ones in the beginning, and I know it was all new and all, but you know, it gets a little frustrating when you give someone that kind of money. And the worst part is, I think, is the lack of correspondence. Now, I owe people commissions, and, you know, for a year, you know, I owe my friend Brett, who I'm going to do a cover for Sora. I owe him a commission for a few years now, and it's also like, okay, wait, I'm fine, I'll wait on it, and I'm going to it's going to be a cover for Sora Sung's next book. But you got to stay in touch with people. You really do. You got to stay in touch with them and let them know, and they get it, how busy you are and all, and you know, we really could, each and every one of us could put out a book really fast. You know, we really could. But this is our legacy, these comics, and you want to be immortal and known for your work, so that's why people take a little bit longer. So I think I would you know, again, be wary who you back, of course, but but if they're staying in touch with you and they're engaging in you, you know, that's great. Whoop. There you go. This is coming out nice. I wonder what I should do here. I never know what to do. Let's put the little sheet logo here. Yeah, inks do work on this cover. Pencils are horrible on this cover because this is just a regular cover stock, I think. No one knew. Like, oh no, you got to find some kind of cool paper stock. We didn't know that stuff back then. Oh, someone had asked about the ash cans. Somebody asked about the ash cans. Let me see. Earlier. Someone had asked about our ash cans. Please let me know. Speaking of ash cans, there might be a couple of original She Ash cans that we had done back in the 90s in some of your mystery packs too. Ooby. Eve. I know, Deb, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but, oh, who cares? We're having fun. Anybody who ordered Dynamite books, I started signing them. I'll have them all done by Monday. Same thing with the sketches. There's a couple of sketches I have to do. Those will be done by Monday as well. And I'll be shipping them out to Dynamite. They just came 2 days ago. So all the Dynamite, which is the Vampirella She 25th and 50th anniversary books, those will all go out. The ones that had to be signed, because a lot of them had to be signed by me. Those will be shipped to Dynamite on Monday. So thank you for that, for your patience with that, guys. And I have to do 2 commissions, I think, out of that. Which is kind of fun. There you go. So how's that? There's She. All right, guys. So listen. Oh, thank you, Mark. Good to see you. Thank you, King. Liquor Jim. I'm going to come back. I'm just going to finish this. I'm going to add maybe some nice bright red. I got to change my pens and all. I think that would add, because I have the red here. Maybe some red, or maybe I'll just do the little, I got to let it dry. Do the little lines. Ooh, that's got to be fixed. What is that about? Come on, Tucci. Goodness gracious, you're a professional, man. Get this nice trace. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Let's see if I can touch it up somehow with some things. I'm gonna make the little streaks back here. Oh, I could do that. Why not? Let's do that with a brush. Let's have fun with it. All right. Caroling out in the snow. Anyway, guys, so I want to thank all of our backers, everyone who supported us. We truly appreciate it. It's the cool thing is we're starting to order our prints. We're ordering our stretch goals. We're ordering our which include trading cards. A lot of our merchandise. We're already putting those orders in, and those will be all ordered by the end of the year. And huzzah! So there you go. There's She of our original sketchbook. You guys want to look at the sketchbook? I'll give you a little. Good to see you, Rita. Don't leave yet. Mark, will she see comic stores? Yes, she will be in comic book stores at the end of 2020. We want to get these books out. We're going to probably break them down, the Return of the Warrior, into individual issues. And then we'll get them out into comic shops for sure. We had a nice meeting with Diamond. We have to have another bigger meeting with them. And because that's the goal. You want to get them in comic shops. I mean, I love crowdfunding, of course, but you really do want to reach the widest audience possible. So, hang on. I'm going to show you this book. There's our fire alarm that we have. The air raid disaster thing that no one told me about, Tim and Sue, when I bought this house 22 years ago, which is right outside our window in the park. There's a park over there. All right, so this is a collection of sketches. So we're gonna take a look in. This is almost done. I'm gonna touch it up, fix the hair. I'm gonna add some pencil marks to it. The more I look at it, the more I keep working on it, though. It's for a great friend of mine. Another one who really was a customer who became a friend, Dennis Gitlin. He's one of our biggest supporters. Awesome guy. And thank you, Dennis, for getting this. I don't know if you're watching, but this is for you. Yeah, so we'll add some color to it later on. But let's take a look at the very first She, The Art of War 1998 tour book. So this tour book right here we had it. It was printed in '97, but it's for the '98 tour, and we'll go through it, and I'll show you some stuff. We'll show you the book. Let me shrink me, because who the hell wants to see me? Why do you need to see me? There you go. There's little Billy. Look at that. Yeah, look at that little Billy. All right, yeah. All right, so it opens up. Now here it is. It's I think we sold this book for $5 with a sketch, or was it $10 with a sketch? $4.95. So when this book came out in 1997, it was $5, and everyone who purchased it got a free sketch from me. So I actually literally did free sketches on all of these. And again, this is our messed up version. I have to fix that. I could do some whiteout, add some color, but the inking is all done. So this is our rejected edition. We had sent them by accident the wrong file. We sent them the file, for some reason, we had a file of that was the unedited, not the final file. And so it's got a lot of typos in it and stuff. The second one that came out, the real one, because we had them recalled, but they should have shipped the printer. I don't think they shipped through the printer. We got our batch before Diamond did or something, and we're like, no, this is the wrong one. So there's a lot of typos in this, so it's rarer. But apparently maybe somebody at the printer said, I'm not throwing these away. I'm going to sell these, because people are bringing them to me to sign at shows. So let's just do this here. Okay. What time is it? 5:57. I'm going to have to give Deborah, are you watching? Deborah? Are you watching, Deborah? If you are watching, text me. Let's see if she's there. Okay. Let's just do that. Some nice Jeff Smith, like black lines. All right, so here's our tour book, okay? And I did a cover for it. So we open it up. Oh, and look, there's a Daredevil drawing I did in college. There's me on my motorcycle. The Return of the Devil, pastel on paper. Deborah, yes. Okay, Deborah, you got to call BP. Do you have his number? And talk about the Crowd Ox after 6. Do you have his number? All right, and there's Joe Biondi, who is our editor. Super Freak. This is Joe's little drawing. Joe is a huge Travis Charest fan. And this is a drawing I did of Daredevil in college. And it's just pastels. Looks like oil pastels. Yeah, it's oil pastels. So, yeah, so here's the book. And my buddy Johnny, this is one of my projects at school. And it's called Explain. He would do like Martin Short from Saturday Night Live. This is John the college years, Tucci. This is John Tartaglione Jr., the son of the great John Tartaglione, comics legend. And Johnny has his book now on the Legend of Dorchester Manor. It's on Comixology, and I'm trying to convince him to launch it as a crowdfunded book in 2020. And he will, because I'm going to keep bothering him to do it. So there's Johnny. He's a fantastic artist. This is one of my projects at school. The book's black and white because, again, it was only $5. I guess 32 pages. So, and this is Debbie. This was Debbie posed for me in college. This was, she got me a job. I think she got me a job working. It was a fashion illustration. As you can see, I did fashion illustration. Don't have his number. I'm going to text Deborah his number. All right. Context. Yep, there's my alarm to tell her to call Brian. Brian. There you go. Share contact with Deb. Text him first to get the proper time, please. There you go. Sent it to you, honey. All right. So there's Deb. And then here's another funny little thing. In this is my brother Philip would do all these really weird drawings all the time. And he's like a mad genius, my brother Philip. Let me see if I get closer. Okay, so there's Philip. He did these weird drawings. And it says, oh man, I can't remember. I have a magnifying glass. Let me see what it says. To get old. All right, here we go. So Phillips has this thing here, and it says, "The hell does it say?" Billy. Wait a minute. What does that say? Billy. What a crackhead. And then it says, "Back up, biatch." That's what that drawing says. And it's just this like weird clown dude. Look at that. There you go. And this is more drawings from college, from FIT, to study for Tivoli. This was the study for it. All right. Oh, there's Debbie again. Debbie actually worked for a company called 3DI, and she got me a job. She got me a job doing for a fashion magazine. It was like the back cover was a full page ad. When will we ever see She crossovers again? Mark, right now I not sure. There might be a huge one. Yeah, 2020. July 2020. I'll leave it at that. Okay? That's that. So here's Deb. I'm trying to get the angle right. I mean, I was in college, right? I was like 20 when I drew this. So here's Debbie for the study for that, which we did for her company. Here's another one of Philip's drawings. Hang on. And it's like some podhead guy or whatever, some burnout. Come on, let's focus. I can get it to focus. Give it a second. Okay, and this one says, "Just say no, pendejo." Just say no, pendejo. So that's all right. And some more of my drawings, little drawings that were like done. I think this was an ad too. These were all college art. I think that became an ad as well in a magazine. Then of course Darkness. I did Darkness from this is from Legend. It's cut off, but this is Stipple, my Stipple work with all the lines and all words from the thing, like "There'll never be another dawn" and Darkness, and I used all the letter. You used to have these press type lettering. I'm sure someone could remember it, but it's literally Darkness from Legend, and it's big. This piece right here is probably 20 by 36, and it's red, bright red, white, and black. All red, white, and black. So, and of course, here's another. Oh, I can read it. Here we go. Pen, ink, airbrush, and Letraset letters on board. 1988. This was a project for class using the stipple effect. The letters spell out various aspects of the script to the Ridley Scott movie, which we all had a lot of fun reciting the lines from the film really loud in bars. Yeah, we used to do that. Remember Meg Mucklebones? Oh, indeed I do. Still remember those lines, yeah, obviously. And there's my brother Philip doing an evil cat, which I guess was his cat, Spooky, that I think lived to be like 20 plus years old. Come on, get in there. Oh, I'll tell you how. All right, here's another Pure Energy. It's another drawing I did. I was going to like I was listening to a Man of War tape my buddy Mark Sasso gave me. Oh, this is about 4:30 in the morning after 4 liters of Diet Pepsi. That same night as I illustrated on page 1. So I did this. You know, we had to have your portfolio done. 1990. So this is my senior year. So I had to do that, and I did this one too. In 4, you just do the, and these were all huge. They're all big. They're all 18 by 24 at least. So the same man, I did this thing in about an hour, and I had about 6 more pieces to do. And I was just going like a madman listening to a Man of War tape my buddy Mark Sasso gave me. So, yeah, that's that. All right, now here, this is something cool. This I won. We had an art contest in school. It was for Lace Company, and I'm like, oh God, lace? What the hell am I gonna do with lace? But I had to use lace aspect. It was for a company called Touch of Lace, and it was for their calendar. And I'm like, well, I like knights and King Arthur and all that, so I made a knight on a a horse. Nighttime, I called it. Graphite gouache and a whole bunch of other stuff too. And tracing all the, you had to draw this lace out and then stipple it. It's all stipple. You guys could see it. I don't have this art, and I think the company went out of business because I wanted to find that art, and I had the calendar. And this is actually a scan of the calendar because you could see the calendar lines because I just don't have that art. But that was a fun piece. That was a lot of fun. A lot of work. Okay, now we get into 1990 with She. This is when I'm creating She. So this right here says Xerox paper. Just these sketches, and it was 1991. These are some of the earliest sketches of She. Of course, this became the cover. This is graphite on Bristol. So I was just playing with all different ideas. When I knew this, I was convinced. When I drew this, I was convinced that Anna had taken hold of me and never let go. It just seemed right. And I was like, wow, I think this could work. Look at this Tomo drawings. This Tomo from 92, the Tomo costume. I love this pose. That's from Helena Christensen, I remember that. And so I'm drawing She, trying to come up with costumes, And here's my Philip with a little car. And a Sohai Warrior, one of my first Sohai Warrior illustrations. Then I started creating the more, the Black Arrow. So when I created She, the Black Arrow was my first comic character I wanted to do. And he had this compound bow, and the Black Arrow, of course, is what Robin Hood's last resort was. So he was like a real anti-hero. And he ended up becoming the TCB character. This is 96. So this is my character design for TCB, which became Pete Denise, who is back in She Return of the Warrior. Tristan, this is I love the Grail legend, so there's a little drawing of Tristan. I got him a lot of jobs. Yes, you did, honey. Yes, you did. All right, now I had this great Captain America story, and I created this character called the Kregan, and it introduces Exodus, this new character who was a German super soldier. And I am going to use this character. I am going to bring him back, and he had an iron cross shield, and blades came out of it. And I was trying to come up with this really horrific, ominous, monstrous type of a character. And but yeah, look at that, 1991. Holy cow! I think Kitsune, our character Kitsune from She, the fox. So we're trying to come up with different ideas for her. Monet, the werewolf. We had the werewolf. So Kitsune's a fox. Monet's the werewolf. Here's my brother Philip's drawing. You guys got to see these. Look at this. I just think it's brilliant. And there's my wife yelling at my son. Oh! All right. So this guy says, "What you looking at?" It's a dude holding a pickaxe with his belly showing because his shirt's too short. Oh, good fun. So I'm trying to work out the mask here. Oh, this is the first time I'm looking at this book for the longest time. Oh, okay, now I'm submitting my art for comics. So here's I have all this art still too. This is Rogue, of course. I'm gonna draw Rogue, And looking at it now, it's like. But here's my Batman story with Catwoman. It was called Valentine's Day, and how she started a fight with. This is like 1990. 1990, I guess? 91, maybe? I was submitting these. So if you look, there's Catwoman with Batman with the big ears, the big tall. Who did the ears like that? Why am I blanking? Jones. What's his name? Kelly Jones. I loved Kelly Jones' Batman. Loved it. And Simon Bisley did the same thing. But yeah, there's a cat. I worked so hard on these pages. There you go. Maybe that'll give it a sec. It has to take a second, then it will focus. And if you look, this pose right here of this Catwoman, I'm trying to get it even, is the Pure Energy pose. Look, same pose, just reversed. And I used it. I like that pose a lot. I don't even know where those pictures are. I got to find it. But the Jim Ballant Catwoman. And the funny thing is here's Catwoman 1991, 92. And here's a commission of Catwoman I got to finish tonight. I'm doing now. With the little kitten, look at that. I have to finish inking this sign. I'll come back live and do that. So who would have think almost 30 years later, 27, 28 years later, still doing Catwoman. Look at that. Ugh, where does that leg go? Well, I guess it kind of fun. It kind of does work. Face is not bad. Okay, then my Daredevil. Turn to Daredevil, and this is Psylocke hitting Rogue with her Psy knife. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's how that art style was, like Rob Liefeld's art and stuff. And I figure that's how people drew. That's what they wanted. All right, this is great. This is Phillips. This is the best thing on the page. And there's just this strange guy with a V-neck velour shirt on and very hairy chest. And it says, I remember him, it says, please let me know when you're entering a room. Oh, let's see what else is next. Oh, look at this. Oh, so here's the anatomy of a page, of a comic page and this is I draw on Xerox paper first, if you guys have watched me, and then I put on a light box. I always had a light box, and then I draw on that. Liquor Jim, what's a tour book? A tour book is a book. This was a tour book for 98. This is a 98 tour book, TJ, and but it came out in 97. It's the She tour book from 1998. I just did the cover for it for my friend Dennis. So so I drew this out. You can see I'm playing with the pose and all, and then I get it and I'll draw it and I put it out. And what's cool about this is She 5. Yeah, She Way the Warrior number 5 is that the word balloons were actually on. I don't think it's on the art. I think it's on an acetate overlay. I'll go through that. I'm going to go through all the original art and start talking about that in the springtime and show you guys. But I love drawing samurai armor. It's so time consuming, and this is inked by the great Michael Baer with backgrounds by Nelson Asensio, because Mike Baer, I just loved his art, and I'm such a fan of his art, but he could only ink figures for me. He's like, yeah, I'll ink figures for you. So there's another. Oh, this guy snapped. This is before school shooters, I guess, and stuff, when it was kind of funny, and he's just some doo-doo. And if you look, there's like a stick floating over his head, snapped, and he's got a shotgun. Just some postal worker. But yeah, so there's, see, I'm working at the sketch, I'm working at the pose, the thing, and working out him, and did it with real rough pencils, and then go in with marker, and I'm sure this was just a Sharpie. And yeah, that's a thicker Sharpie. So this is probably the thin Sharpie. And then when I want to solidify it, and then I start getting angry with myself, because here I had her looking up first. If you could see, her head's kind of turned. And then I wanted to see the reflection in the water, which I thought was a lot better story. A much more interesting story, dynamic. I cannot escape it. I cannot leave the way behind more than I can shed my skin. Oh, let's read this. This is Anna's thing. I cannot escape. Now, of course, this is preceding other pages. This is the samurai rising up behind her, the spirit of the death demon. I cannot escape it. I cannot leave the way behind any more than I can shed my skin. Still, who resides in this pond other than ghosts? After all, I am dressed for battle, but where is the enemy that I should... ... And then he grabs her by the head and he lifts her up. And then she pulls out the little spike here, and she sticks it in his face, in his eye or something. Oh, okay. Send in the clowns. This was a submission. Okay, well, I'll read it. Billy Becerra takes a ride. My buddy Billy Becerra was so kind to pose for me, my pal Billy. And again, the angle's off, guys, so I'm sorry. It's more like that. And this is 1992. This is a submission. And it was for Dead Clown, from Malibu Comics, for Dead Clown. So they would send people scripts, and then you got to draw this script. Oh, this is funny. All right. So, okay. So then here I'm working on the I know what this says. This is the biggest sandwich you can get for $5. That's what that says. But so this is actually the Black Arrow. And then this is the character, She, it says, question mark, 1988. This is the character that became She. It was two of these. One was like a ninja. The other was was an archer. And how they had to team up. And this is a real early sketch. It's on Xerox paper. Believe it or not, this is where Anna Ishikawa came from. The whole story came from this very drawing. At the time, I really didn't know much about Japanese culture, so I began to research this character in mind, this character in mind, and I began to develop stories. Soon, I changed him to a female, and it just got worse from there. So that is like the precursor of She, this sketch, which just, I don't know if it's a Croquill pen or what, but look at that, crazy. Early Tucci crap. All right, now this is another submission, St. George and the Dragon, 1992. Look at this. So I did the story of St. George and the Dragon. Because I'm like, you know what, I'm going to submit art. It's so funny because I really didn't want to do the Marvel or DC stuff. You could see I wanted to do something different. So this is the story of St. George and the Dragon. There's St. George, and probably stole that from Wrightson. Look at that. I bet you I did. God rest your soul, Bernie. Love you. Again, I became a kid brother he never wanted to. But that's like the thing. So there's St. George and the Dragon. And there's the princess or whatever she is. Yes, so that, of course, so look, here's all the Israelites fleeing, I guess. And then, of course, there's the very sexy woman. And he charges. The woman looks and screams. Oh, look how bad that is. With her, look at her lips, like she's wearing lip gloss and makeup. And he's riding into the fray. She turns. The dragon. And there goes George driving in the dragon. He stops. My God! There's the dragon. Dun, dun, dun. Look at that. There's a big splash page of the dragon and George. This really cool armor. Look at her. He tells the dragon to leave. I guess it was the devil. He closes his thing. Charges. The dragon charges. Ah! Off the horse. He falls. The horse is shaken up. See, he's shaken. The dragon peers. He draws his sword because his lance has been shattered. You're dying to see what happens here. The dragon is set to strike. The dragon sets fire, but the shield of God holds on the fire. He screams in a horribly bad drawing. He fights his way through the flames, getting ever closer, and pierces the dragon's black heart, which explodes. He goes leaping again with that horrible early 90s really bad wannabe artist face that I was trying to accomplish. The dragon rears, falls. George stands triumphant. The dragon burns. He looks to the girl. She looks to him and weeps. You can tell that's Debbie. He unties her. She leaps because she's a damsel in distress, of course, because she couldn't, protect herself. I guess that's where my head was then. They look. This is actually a picture of Debbie and I posing, I think. I think I had this photo somewhere. And then, of course, where the dragon died, a rose bush grew. Oh, isn't that lovely? Look at that. God is good all the time. Okay, here. 1998. Oh, so here's She Stands Alone. I wonder where that drawing is. Potential cover. Yeah, wasn't you. So there's a She drawing I did starting from that. And then I finished it. I wonder where that is. That's not a bad drawing. Okay, here's Philip's last drawing. Come on. Oh well. And of course I did we had a project to do with the drawing doll, which I still have. She's over there. And there's Mark Maz, the editor of the book, with Jack Kirby that he met. I never got to meet Jack. There's Freak Joe Biondi, Tom Chu. Look how young Tom Chu was. Oh, we've gone. Yeah, this is we've gone to Paris. Colored pencil. You can do so much with a piece of wood. That was the title of the art. How pretentious of me. Marilyn Monroe. And then here's our tour dates. This is where we were, 1998. MegaCon, Memorabilia 98 in Birmingham, England. WonderCon, Pittsburgh Comic-Con. Concave, Mexico. We went to Mexico for the first time. Aladdin, Germany. We never got to Germany. Something happened there. Heroes Con, of course. Wizard World Chicago. San Diego, of course, which was my birthday. And Dragon Con. I think that was the last time I went to Dragon Con until 2 years ago. And I am coming back to Dragon Con this year. So there you go, guys. There's a sketch cover. Thank you all so much. I'm going to try to come back today. I want to see what Debbie's got going. Again, we haven't even gotten our Christmas stuff out yet, out of the closet. So let me see what she wants to do, because maybe we'll just do that. I got clothes I got to wash. And again, thanks, guys. Thanks for everything. Thank you for spending time with me. And at least it looks better than today's art. Oh, how kind of you, Uriah. Okay, Billy, now you need to do a novelization of She, Return of the Warrior. Yes, I did do a novelization of She, Return of the Warrior. We have that, the Illustrated Warrior. We'll do one for Return of the Warrior. Oh, yeah, I see, for the Return of the Warrior, you're right. And maybe I can act, and I could do the voices. Because we already have a soundtrack by Christopher Caliendo, so maybe we could turn that into a novelization as well. Who knows? All right, guys, there you go. Thank you all. Everyone have a great night, a great weekend, and, enjoy your holidays. For those of you who are Jewish, Happy Hanukkah. For those of you who are Christian, Merry Christmas. For those who celebrate Kwanzaa, Happy Kwanzaa. And everyone have a very Happy New Year. Tonight is the last Friday night, Friday the 13th of the 20-teens. And that's that. Everyone enjoy. All right, rock and roll. Have a great night. I'm going to try to come back. I was 4 years old, Zaid. How dare you? So let me make myself a little bit bigger. I'll leave this here. It's not bad cover. It looks nice. Everyone have a great, great night. And I'll see if I can come back on later on. We have a writer's meeting at 8. So I don't know how much I'm going to get drawing. But next time I do come live to you guys, I will be finishing up Catwoman. I have a Catwoman to finish. I have a She to finish. Yes, Catwoman. I've got the She to ink. Lots of commissions. I'll be doing the commissions in between my pages and writing scripts. It's going to be a hell of a busy winter. And I'm looking forward to coming on every day and saying hello to you guys. And if you don't mind sharing some lunch with me, sharing, a few hours, I'll be going on streams. I want to thank everyone who helped propel She, Return of the Warrior to over $135,000 in... Man, it's less than 30 days for sure. It's maybe 27 days. 27 days. $130,000. You guys are amazing. You ain't seen nothing yet what we have coming out. And stay tuned for Indiegogo right now. We've surpassed $65,000. We will be announcing our $75,000 stretch goal. You're going to love that. And I think we are going to do one last exclusive for that book, but we probably won't release that till January. Yeah, we won't. And let's all celebrate the holidays. So everyone have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Mogwai, good to see you. Daniel, good to see you. Hello, Daniel, and thank you for being, and I'm a fan of yours, Daniel. So, TJ, great to see you, brother. Looking forward to seeing you again in 2020. Liquor Jim, good to see you. Everyone out there, thank you guys for watching, and I gotta eat something. I'm friggin' hungry. Whoops. Let's put that there. And, what is that? Sorry, I'm looking at something. All right, guys, have a good one, all right? Take it easy. Bye. Oh, let's put the little crusade thing up. Oh, guys, if you can, I don't know if I copied it, but I am going to copy it now. I'm going to copy the link, if you don't mind, for our campaign. So let me go to a new window. And, guys, if you don't mind sharing it, please share it. That would be so great. Go to She, Return of the Warrior. Again, the angle's off. I'm sorry that the angle's so off. She doesn't shrink down like that. Oh wow, we're even up. We're almost at $65,400. We're at $65,391. When we hit 70,000 on Indiegogo, everyone's gonna get a whole new stretch goal, and you're gonna dig it. Copy link. Copy. Okay. Let's see if I can paste that in. Yeah, I saw The Irishman. It's all right. Not a little disappointed. The funny thing is I see, here's Scorsese talking a lot about how he doesn't like the Marvel films, like the Avengers, because it's all CGI, and it's just going on and on about CGI, and the whole damn movie The Irishman was CGI. And a couple of people had some good reviews about it, and I think it was EVS who was saying how here's Robert De Niro beating somebody up, and you could tell he's a 75-year-old man trying to beat somebody up, even though he's got a young face. So, sorry, that was Jason. What I do to my finger, I'll tell you what I did to my finger, JP, and thank you for the JPC here. So I opened a garage, and the garage is real hard to open up. It seems that you have two wires on the side of the garage. We have heavy wooden doors. Two wires, heavy wires on the side of the garage that help guide it, for the guidelines to go up. They're attached to the springs. The garage was real heavy to pick up. I guess one of the when I lifted it up the last time, one of the loop, the part of the cables popped off. So I was grabbing it, and I'm like, oh man, the cable came off, and I went to grab it, and the tension was so tight that it snapped, and the cable, the piece of the cable came and ripped right into my finger. Thought I had to get stitches, but I'm all right. See. So I'm all right. Well, thank you for asking. So, and yes, Jason the Irishman's all right. I'll watch it again, obviously. It's a good thing to work to and watch, but it was all right. I think the best film that I've seen this year so far, by far, is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Love that movie. Really loved it. So, all right, I'm going to go. Everyone have a great, great day. It really was a huge logistical undertaking. It sure was. So, but all right, everyone have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see if I can come back on tonight. I don't know. We had the convention in the morning. I still haven't packed. I got to wash some clothes. Hopefully take the Christmas stuff out unless we wait till Sunday when we get home. So I'll see what the boss says. So I'll talk to you guys later. All right?